Sports is often in the public arena. The nation's issues can play out in a very visible way. We've used sports to be able to talk about some really serious issues. And we have another one. The debates about COVID are no exception. And yesterday, the NFL world found out that Aaron Rodgers tested positive for COVID. He was unvaccinated. That means he misses Sunday's game against the Chiefs. He might miss the following week against Seattle. There have been a lot of players missing in action because of COVID, but nobody of Rodgers' status. Rodgers' offseason comments about his vaccine status were unclear, and he's no stranger to controversy because let's just go back to his status with the Packers in the offseason. It was the story of the offseason, but this is different. This is an issue we can all relate to and talk about. Now, it doesn't mean we have to yell at each other, and hopefully we're not doing that today. Whatever your decision is, it's your decision in accordance to your employer, your lifestyle, your family. Aaron Rodgers did what he thought was best for him. He said he was immunized, not vaccinated. Here is the question and the answer back in late August.
Are you vaccinated, and what's your stance on vaccinations?
Yeah, I've been immunized. There's a lot of conversation around it, around the league, and a lot of guys who have made statements and I've made statements, owners who made statements. There's guys on the team that haven't been vaccinated. I think it's a personal decision. I'm not going to judge those guys.
Okay, I'm trying to look at this at all different angles here. I'm vaccinated. I believe in being vaccinated. There are people close to me in the family tree who are not vaccinated. They go through certain protocols. If they come over to our house, we go to their house. I think Aaron Rodgers, in his mind, thought that he was protected. And now, it was holistically, and also it put the Packers in a really precarious position. Because, and I talked to a source about 10 minutes ago about this. I finally got somebody who responded, and I just wanted to know, the Packers are the ones that are really on the hook here. Because if you look at what's happened to teams, the Titans, the Saints, the Raiders, they've all had issues with their players. And, COVID protocol. Aaron Rodgers, from what I was told, is the only player who has asked for an exemption for the treatment that he was receiving. Now, this was holistically. Now, that request was denied. The Packers knew that he was not vaccinated. But what role did they play in this in trying to cover it up? And maybe covering up is a strong term here. But is he treated differently? Did they know you're not vaccinated? Make sure you're wearing your mask at all times, which he didn't. And the source I spoke to said, the Packers are on the hook here. But he also said, my source, if you're the Packers, do you want to upset the apple cart here? Do you want to have Aaron Rodgers upset? Like, you want to make sure that you placate him. Everything's nice. Everybody, it could not have been going better. But what did the Packers know, and what did they do or not do? Because the NFL is going to be asking that question or questions if they haven't already asked. I would expect the Packers to get dinged pretty hard on this. But you got Rodgers out this week. He may miss next week, game against Seattle. He's going to have to go through COVID protocol and, have negative tests leading up to that game and have no practice time to face Seattle. Jordan Love, come on down. But the bigger issue here is, what did the Packers know? And if you go back, the media, when he says, first of all, I'm not going to put this on the Packers media, because if I was in that room and Aaron Rodgers says the following, when he gets the question, play it again, Seton.
Are you vaccinated, and what's your stance on vaccinations?
Yeah, I've been immunized.
Okay, so he says yeah, which is a form of yes, right?
An informal form of yes.
Yeah, and I would have just thought, okay, immunized. Now, I don't know if somebody went, let me parse the words here, immunized. Is that attached to vaccination? I don't know if anybody did. I don't know if anybody has pressed Aaron Rodgers since then. But then I go back to Devontae Adams out, Allen Lazard out, COVID. The third-string quarterback out, COVID. Aaron Rodgers, in his mind, may have thought, hey, this holistic approach raises my antibodies, and I'm going to be protected. And I do believe in his mind, he thought, hey, I've done the research, and this is what I think is going to protect me. Okay? It didn't. And now everything's in play. Rodgers can be fined for this, from what I'm told, but the Packers are probably, as an organization, they're going to be under the microscope here. And my source said, you know, you got to look at what the Packers knew. And did they just not want to say anything to Aaron Rodgers? 877-3DP Show. Email address dp@danpatrick.com. Twitter handle @DP Show. Hopefully Rodgers and the NFL can use this as an opportunity to educate people as the sports world and the rest of us continue to navigate what is a very, very difficult issue.